Jersey, stepped on our campus as a freshman. He completely immersed himself in many facets of campus life. Sean graduates today with a double major in political science and communication studies, and he credits his success at Randolph-Macon to the support, friendship, and care that all our students receive from faculty and staff and from one another. Qualities that are, of course, at the very heart of Randolph-Macon. Sean is well respected for his outstanding work on our Yellow Jacket newspaper, having led the paper as a junior politics editor during his sophomore year and very notably as editor-in-chief during both his junior and senior years. He played on our Yellow Jacket basketball team for 3 years, served as a critically important tour guide for 3 years as well, and was an active member of the Young Democrats throughout his college career. While Sean was on campus, he was not only an excellent student and deeply involved in college life, he was also very intelligent and diligent about preparing for his future. He completed 5 internships. That's right, 5 internships, including 2 on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., and 3 in his home state of New Jersey. Looking ahead, Sean has set his sights on a career in politics, having secured another Capitol Hill internship that is already underway. So we are especially pleased to have shared this extraordinary time at Randolph-Macon with Sean, and very much look forward to following the very bright future that's ahead of him. Class of 2018 and your guests, please welcome your senior speaker, Sean Ryan.
I'll try and make this quick. I know it's President Lindgren, members of the Board of Trustees, our honored guests, our faculty, family, friends, and of course, class of 2018. I'm so grateful and honored to be here and speak on this special day. This day, June 2nd, 2018, will be sketched out in our minds for years to come as the day that it all became worth it. Those long nights in the 24-hour room doing papers that we probably should have done weeks prior, the stressful exam days because we didn't study, which we also probably should have done weeks prior, and long hours in front of a computer trying to get the new Wi-Fi to work, to submit that paper or study for that test, which I'm sure you can find a theme here, we probably should have done weeks prior. This is the day that it all became worth it, because we can now all walk across the stage in the center of the universe and feel proud of what we've all accomplished. Family and friends, this day for you as well is a day to rejoice. Because the pride you have in your hearts as you watch your loved ones walk across the stage here in just a few moments makes all the sacrifice you endured completely worthwhile. I know that I personally would be nowhere without my loving family and awesome friends. You know, our loved ones have sacrificed so much for us to get to this point that I don't think any amount of RMC's ties and mugs obtained last minute before Mother's or Father's Day will ever repay them. Which reminds me, I don't know where she is, but a special thank you to Miss Barclay for keeping the campus shop open an extra 5 minutes a couple of times a year. And although I didn't quite overcome the challenge my father set out for me in high school to beat his college GPA and graduate with honors, I think I get an A for effort. And trust me, I need all the easy A's I can get. Thanks, I need it. But seriously, it's a surreal realization that a few short years ago, we walked into Blackwell Auditorium, young and clueless, and were matriculated into the community of this outstanding institution. Today, we close that chapter, a little less young and a little less clueless, in true disbelief of how fast it all went. And the feeling I had, as I'm sure a lot of you can attest, was that the minute I stepped on this campus, I knew it was home. So my first time visiting campus, I was with my parents, it was fall break, and nobody was here. It had been my first time in Virginia, which was a different experience in and of itself. But leaving campus that day, I thought, this is where I belong. As a kid from North Jersey, which I'm sure all of you know if you've spoken to me for 5 minutes, going away from home was daunting. Those first few weeks, there was a real culture shock. But it was the people. The people here made me feel like I was coming home to school and not going away to school. During my time here, I've been fortunate enough to be involved in many different organizations and come across several different kinds of people. And what I've learned is that this community is a close-knit one. When thinking back on some of the relationships that I've made here, I'm reminded of an old African proverb that I once heard. It states, if you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. But if you want to go somewhere far, go together. I think that this quote is a direct illustration of our experience here at Randolph Macon. The togetherness and care that you feel here, from Miss Connie's smiling face in the omelet line in the morning at Estes to hear, good morning, baby, what you gonna have? To Tommy's welcoming wave and enthusiastic thumbs up in the Jacket Mobile at every single sporting event. That's what makes this place so great. You can really find community everywhere on this campus. As President Lindgren mentioned, as a part of the men's basketball program here, I always took notice of our motto, Jackets Family. After every huddle, at the end of every practice, game, or activity together, a captain or player of the game would shout Jackets, to which the rest of the team would respond, family. That is what is shouted in unison every single time. It's truly a special tradition. Community is even on the doorway leading into the locker room where it says, you will never walk alone. And it couldn't be more true. As a tour guide, I found myself using cliches when talking to curious parents and nervous prospective students, saying things like, I chose this school because I just got this feeling. A feeling of togetherness, inclusion, and care. We're a small school with a very big heart. The support we get, the relationships we start, and the memories that we make are all because of the culture of this school, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But unfortunately, that love isn't felt everywhere. There are serious problems and challenges that the world faces that we, class of 2018, are expected to fix. And our work is now just beginning. I think it's very apparent that there are a million problems in our world, and it would be naive to think that we can solve all of them. But why not try? Why not change the status quo? Why not challenge ideas? Our education here has gifted us with something that is invaluable, the ability to think critically. Issues do not get solved with complacency, and change is not administered without struggle. Our professors here, through the curriculum that they have provided us, have set us up for success. In the building of our character and cultivation of our minds, we've developed a foundation for creating real change. So, my challenge to you, my fellow 2018 graduates, is to use the opportunity at success that we've all been gifted for good. Now, we may not all know what that looks like just yet. We don't all know what impact we want to make or how we want to make it. But I'm reminded of an anecdote uttered by a professional role model of mine, former chief speechwriter for President Obama, John Favreau, when giving his commencement speech at the College of the Holy Cross. He said that there were two types of people. People that want to be something and people that want to do something. Most of us may want to be something. We aren't all sure what, but we want to be important. We want to be successful. We want to be happy. As many of the wise and accomplished people surrounding us today that have been in our seats before may say, all those things that we want come as a product of doing something. There will always be more money to be made, more fame to be gained, and more power to be had. And if you chase those things, you'll find yourself in a race with no finish line. But when you find fulfillment in doing something that you love, something that you're good at, and something that you're passionate about, the finish line in the race towards success and happiness suddenly appears. Our first few years out of college may be filled with meaningless tasks, unexciting jobs, and long hours. But our purpose, our why, that may lie within those seemingly difficult times, and then the real fun begins. This day, June 2nd, 2018, will be ingrained in our minds forever as the day that we graduated college. But the next chapter that we are about to embark on will be far more important. We must remember that receiving this degree is a mere formality, but the gifts and lessons that we've learned here will stay with us far longer and be far more impactful than a piece of paper. So, let's be appreciative. Let's be thankful. Thankful for the support of our loved ones during our time here. Thankful for the relationships that we've built with one another that will last a lifetime. Thankful for Estes. Thankful for IDOCS and campus safety. Thankful for the heat being on when it's hot and the air being on when it's cold. Because I know I am. I'm going to share one more quote with you all. It's my favorite quote. It's from T.E. Lawrence, British ambassador to Saudi Arabia during World War I. I like it so much I have part of it permanently etched on my arm, but I don't know if my mom knows, so don't tell her. The quote reads, "All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their minds wake in the day to find that it was vanity. But dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act on their dreams with open eyes to make it possible." How will we shape our future, our reality? I'm a big believer that opportunity isn't stumbled upon, but it's made. And we know that this college has provided us a holistic liberal arts education. However, we graduates, we have domain-specific objectives. Objectives which must be met with urgency, confidence, and passion. And so, I ask you all, how many of you will become the teacher that inspires a student to love learning as passionately as you do? How many of you will become the lawyer that achieves justice for those wrongfully accused in desperate search of peace of mind? How many of you will become the doctor that cures disease with innovation, or the artist that cures sadness with beauty? How many of you will become the diplomat that shows people that we are more alike than we are different in times of such contentious politics? Which I'll find out soon enough. How many of you will become the activist that breaks down barriers for the oppressed and gives a voice to the voiceless? And if you're a little like me, how many of you will enjoy some more time spent on mom's couch? And so, to my fellow classmates of the class of 2018, how urgently will you live? Will you be someone, or will you do something? You know, our time here has been limited, but our potential is not. Thank you so much, and congratulations to you all.
Sean, thank you so much. I think all of us gathered here know that you will both be something and do something. And hopefully you will have inspired all of us. It is now my honor to present the Murray Medal Award. The H.W. Murray Medal for Scholarship was established in 1889 by a legacy of Mrs. W.T. Goodwin of Louisa County, Virginia, in memory of her father.